Hey bookish friends, I've been sick, so if my voice is weird or if I have to cut out because I'm coughing, you'll know why. I am feeling better, but my voice is going. I do have a book haul, and my oldest son wanted to order the next classic to read aloud to me to get his audiobook time. And since we did that on Thrift Books, you have to have a $15 minimum order to get free shipping, and I had a free book credit, so I picked up The Air Affair by Jasper Fforde. This is the first book in a series, and at least 2 people from my book club really liked it, so I thought I'd pick it up and give it a try. This is the first one in the Thursday Next series. Welcome to the surreal version of Great Britain circa 1985, where time travel is routine, cloning is a reality, dodos are the resurrected pet of choice, and literature is taken very, very seriously. England is a virtual police state where an ant can get lost literally in a Wordsworth poem. Militant Baconians heckle performances of Hamlet, and forging Byronic verse is a punishable offense. All this is business as usual for Thursday Next, renowned special operative in literary detection, until someone begins kidnapping characters from works of literature. When Jane Eyre is plucked from the pages of Bronte's novel, Thursday must track down the villain and enter a novel herself to avert a heinous act of literary homicide. That actually sounds really good. My father had a face that could stop a clock. Interesting. And the other one I got was The Mysterious Howling by Mary Rose Wood. When we were at the children's bookstore, Shalise recommended this series. When I first had put it on my to-read list years ago, my library had it, and then when I went to go check it out, they didn't have it anymore, and the bookstore had other books in the series, but not the first one. So I picked up this one. Discovered in the forest of Ashton Place, the incorrigibles are no ordinary children. Luckily, Miss Penelope Lumley is no ordinary governess. A proud graduate of the Swanburn Academy for Poor Bright Females, she must use all her skills to tame these clever canine children. Latin, poetry, and the use of globes will simply have to wait. It was not Miss Penelope Lumley's first journey on a train, but it was the first one she had taken alone. And then I wanted to get one of the books off of my 25 to read in 2025 list so I can keep my pace going. I've been looking for this book everywhere. I've looked for it used. I've looked for it at my library. So I finally bit the dust and just bought it new off Amazon because it was about the same as getting a used copy. And yeah, this is a collection of essays by C.S. Lewis. 9 essays that encapsulate his ideas about fiction, including on stories, the death of words, and on 3 ways of writing for children, as well as 11 pieces that were unpublished during his lifetime. And I believe I got this one because I had heard his essay on stories was really good. It's the preface. So I'll read the first sentence from On Stories, since this is the one I really wanted to read. It is astonishing how little attention critics have paid to story considered in itself. I was being so good. These were the 3 books I had bought, and I was being good, and then got an email saying I had won a copy of The Crier Stone by Lindsay Llewellyn and a $50 Amazon gift card. So I got my copy of The Crier Stone, signed by the author, and she included these amazing character bookmarks. Very cool. So because I had one book too, I decided with my gift card that I would buy book one, even though I've already read it. I would really like to be able to loan this out to people, and it's easier to do that with a physical copy. So now I have both books in the series. Super excited to get to book 2, hopefully this month. Well, it's still series September because it's a very blue cover, and I believe that is one of the prompts for series September. Sorry, this sickness. I'm always thirsty. And then there were some other books that were on sale that I wanted to get. Well, the other one I paid full price for was the Firebird, the first book in the Firebird. It says trilogy, but there's a trilogy that's one story arc, and there are 2 more books that come after it that have different characters. And then she's now writing another series, I think, that takes place between the end of this series and the other 2 books. The first one comes out in March. Oh, I didn't say what these were about. Sorry. The Chaos Grid is set in the future in Texas. Is it 200 years in the future? Does it say? Oh, it's like 200 or 250 years in the future. When mankind's attempts to control nature backfire, Texas descends into a wasteland. Storms rage and ravenous beasts roam the outer grid. The only safe havens rest inside tech-obsessed domed cities. But when her parents are murdered inside the Plex City dome, 17-year-old Juniper Conway wants revenge. So she escapes and doesn't want to go back to Plex City and takes a job running supplies from Dome City to Dome City. The day Plex City burns to ash will be the best day of my life. And can I say anything about book 2? No, I can't say anything about book 2 without spoilers, but can I read the first one? Oh, there's also cool maps. Ooh, that's pretty. I think Lindsay does her own covers and artwork, because I've seen that she's done some of the other covers for Enclave. Oh no, cover design by Kirk DuPont. Never mind. The Texas outer grid is a land flowing with milk, honey, and countless ways to die. That's a good first sentence. Firebird, I did read this already. But again, I wanted a copy so I can loan it out to my friends because I had only been able to borrow this on ebook from my library. Her death was expected, but something more powerful kept her alive. Lady Firebird was born to the royal family on Natia? Why do people always have to make up names of countries and worlds and places? Because of her birthplace in the family, however, I think they mean birth order, her life is expendable. Honorable suicide is the highest calling she could hope to attain. When she is chosen to lead an attack on the neighboring planet of Varro, her death is expected. Instead, she is taken prisoner during the battle and is held by the enemy. I really like this prelude. Lady Firebird Angela was trespassing. What's the actual... Well, the prelude first sentence was more interesting than this one. And Natian year had passed since Firebird's first brush with the distant, powerful Federacy. Yeah, the other one was better. Another water break. Pushing through because my husband has my kids outside. And then 2 other Enclave books were on sale that I was interested in reading. One of them is The Burning Tree by Helen Dent. There's a secret growing in the woods. In Ellie Castor's town of Bishop's Gap, the Castors and the powerful Levy family have been feuding for generations. The families share just one thing in common. They both dread the mark, a scorch that appears at random on their doors, bringing a curse from the burning tree. Oh, I wonder if this one's cool. Under the dust jacket. Ooh. Gold foil flame. That's fun. And then a leaf. Chapter 1. It was almost a perfect afternoon. And something's gonna ruin it, isn't it? And above the circle of the Earth, the fight for the space mission begins in his homeworld. Brock Rivers never wanted to be a repairman on Mars. Years ago, he failed to protect his family, and now he labors across a frontier planet to keep his children alive and escape cause. That's in all caps. But the spacefaring humanist regime is taking over Martian colonies, forcing all to join the secular state. So is this going to be like a church versus state kind of book? Crimson light flared in the darkness, beating with the emergency tone that pulsed in Brock's head. This one's also really pretty. I do know from doing Roman numerals with my boys that it says 2125. So, I think I already read the first sentence from this one. Yes, I did. And the last one is A Shepherd Looks at Psalm 23 by W. Philip Keller. I think I heard about this one from Jess at Pages in Grace. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. With a true shepherd's experience and insight, Philip Keller guides readers to discover the green pastures and cool waters of fulfillment described in Psalm 23, the Shepherd's Psalm. Plus any more nonfiction on my list. And for some reason the hardback was cheaper than the paperback. Introduction. The Lord, but who is the Lord? What is his character? Alright. So, I don't normally say this, but I do, if any of these are interesting, I do have them linked in the description so you can go straight to where it is on Amazon. I get like 2% if you make a purchase through my links. I don't know if it's worth it to do the affiliate links, but if you do purchase from my link, I do get a little bit of money to spend on more books. And yeah, let me know if you have read any really good books this month. And where's my... Yeah. Which one of these do you think I should read next? Till next week, happy reading!